Okay, welcome everyone. This is Julie White from Pennsylvania. Super excited to have you all join us tonight, and I'm really excited to introduce our guest who is a good friend of mine. But first of all, I just want to make a couple of quick, very noteworthy announcements because we have we had an exciting month in October, and I just want to honor several people. One is Dylan Loreza, and he achieved the rank of Pro 1. Yay, Dylan. He's a new guy on the team, which is great. Phyla Glass, Pro 2. Congratulations, Phyla. Andrea Simpson, Pro 3. And Jean Bigelow, Pro 3. So congratulations to you, Jean and Andrea. And then Debbie Packard achieved the rank of Pro 5. Go, Debbie. And then we have one more amazing announcement. Donna Edwards. And we all love Donna. She has an amazing story, and she achieved the rank of Pro 6. Yay, Donna. So congratulations to everyone. We're so excited for these achievements. And without any further ado, I want to give a proper introduction to my friend Amy, and she's an East Coast friend of mine, so that's pretty special. She's a wife, a mother, an environmentalist, an entrepreneur, a wellness investor, a Lyme disease advocate. She has studied biotechnology at Johns Hopkins, and she has studied at Harvard Business School, George Washington University. She lives in Bethesda, Maryland. And she's an elite Pro 9 with LifeVantage. She's an amazing leader. She does a lot of travel, so we can really get a lot of insight from her tonight just on what she knows about what's going on around the world with LifeVantage. She does a lot of travel to China. Amy, are you going to be going to the opening in New Zealand?
Well, I was supposed to, but no. My mother's been ill, so I've had had to be a little bit closer to California lately, so I just had to change that. But I'm really excited about New Zealand, and I have some people going, and I'm definitely going the next time. So
okay, awesome. So anyway, she puts a lot of heart into making a difference in the lives of other people and in our LifeVantage family. So Amy, I'm super excited to hear from you tonight, as always, and I am really excited about this new training, The Code. So can you share a little bit about that with us, please?
Sure. So Carrie Dickey and Jenny Crane and Sam and Ray Allen and a group of us were looking at some other trainings that some other folks had put together. And prior to Ryan Goodwin building the training that we have on our website and on our app, we had talked about this. We've been talking about this for years. And so once the training was put together by the company, we kind of said, okay, we're going to use that for a while. But I have to say there were some other folks in the company that started building out some training sites that were really, really good, and they were being charged for those. And even Building Depth has a really nice training site too, but you have to pay monthly fees for that. So Carrie and Stu really wanted to do something that didn't cost anything, that anyone in the company could use, we could all share. So this is really a big deal. And so they took the time, they asked, really put the thing together fairly quickly, but really had asked, reached out to team members and gave them instructions on what videos they wanted each of us to do. And we're still building this out, but basically everybody stepped up, did their videos, and then they had Jen and web-based, I see my internet's a little bit unstable. And when it does that, I'll just stop for a second and then I'll start talking. But so basically this whole thing has been put together with the best trainers in really the whole industry. I mean, there's a lot of great people in LifeVantage, but they kind of cherry picked people for different subjects, and they did a great job. We're always looking for other people if somebody's interested in a training that maybe we don't have on there. So please let us know, send me a Facebook message. But this is available to everyone. It's thecodetraining.com. And you just simply go in, you enroll, you just put your email address in there, and they'll send you an ability to go and put your own passcode, and you'll have your own site. And you can share this with new people. We've been using it for just edifying the company and how easy our system is to build. And so I've been using it to help recruit. And one of the follow-up tools in building my business right now is to show people that we have the system that makes it easy to duplicate. And I have to say that this has really been fantastic for my team and for me too, to be able to show that other piece as a follow-up, showing them the code training and letting them go in and look at it a little bit. It's been a really effective tool for recruitment purposes. So we're really excited about this. And I'm so glad you asked me to talk about it, because it is really, it's really important. It's helpful to everyone, and it's available to everybody.
Amy, that is awesome. I just happened to find out about it. I forget exactly where I first saw it. But when I started watching it, I was like, wow, like this is so professional and so helpful. I just love it, because it's going to make training a new person, for one thing, so much easier, because it goes over all those little things that, you know, we need to share with everyone. And oftentimes we all need to hear these things more than once until it finally settles in our brain. So I love this, and I love the fact that you guys all made it free for all of us. That's just so wonderful. So thank you so much for that. I know a few people wrote back to me and had a little trouble logging on, you know, getting into the site. So basically you're saying you just put in your email address, and then after that you make up your password, and then you're on.
Yeah, that's it. And one of the concerns that some folks have had looking at other training sites is worrying that someone's email address is put in there. I mean, a lot of us are using different, even I'll just use Gabe Pearson. He has his team training, and he's shared that with people, and people can go on. They have to put their email address in, and then they get sent an email to be able to go on to each training. They do it every week. They invite people to go on to a training. They don't have, they also do ask that a person's email address gets put in there. So I just want you guys to be really comfortable that no one is using any of this information, monitoring any of this, or using it for any business purpose. So it's completely safe to use. And that's something that I want everyone to feel really comfortable with. And that was another reason why we felt we had to build something where Carrie and Stu, who we can really feel good about, not that we can feel good about everyone in the company. We should all be able to trust each other. But it is kind of important that that people can feel comfortable putting their email address in, right? So that's really all that's required, and anyone can use it. So we're just thrilled. It's been fantastic. We're excited that everyone can use it. And, you know, we all make money helping each other, you guys. This is a whole big family that we're all supporting each other. So the more successful everyone becomes because of these types of training systems, the better it is for the company, the better it is for everybody. And the company is very excited about it. And they went through compliance the whole way through to make sure that everything was really battened down for compliance purposes. So it's completely clean and ready to go. So feel free to use it and share it with everybody.
That's awesome. I love it. I saw that there's like 47 lessons on there, and I'm in the social media section right now. I haven't gotten all the way through everything, but I think it's really helpful. And I heard someone mention that they recommend to go through this training even before you start your business. Is that what you would recommend, Amy?
Definitely. I mean, listen, it takes time to go through the training, but they're short. Each video is only like 3 minutes long, which is great. But a lot of people want to go through them over and over again. So I wouldn't necessarily say that you had to go through the whole training from A to Z before you picked up the phone and started calling people. But I definitely think it's a good thing to get people engaged in soon in the process. Be getting started, you know, go through the first few videos, and then also the social media training, because a lot of people are going out and starting to make mistakes with social media when they join LifeVantage and any other network marketing. They go and they start announcing things, and there's things that really can be negative to your business. So we want to make sure people are prepared properly to announce themselves in a way that is more of an attraction marketing strategy than just putting it out there. So that's just something that I always suggest, is to go through the social media training, even if you're not using a lot of social media, just so you don't make those mistakes. And then doing the invite, you know, how to database and things like that in the beginning. And
Right.
but to get started right away, but to know that you have that tool, you can show others that we have a real professional business that you can launch very quickly using that.
Yes, this was so needed. And I love the part you did on the invite, Amy. You did a great job on that.
Oh, thank you.
So you're
Thank you.
so you're also using this, you said, as a follow-up. I mean, not a, well, for follow-up, but also for recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
So for recruiting, you just give them the website and they can go on and check it out?
I do. I say, you know, you need to understand that we have this so put together, the way that we can help you get started in this business and be able to engage other people in the process. Let me show you our training site so you can go through that. Feel free to log on, watch some of the videos, see some of the team members, some of the people that are supporting us, and how professional this is. And they just start going through it, and it really elevates their belief a lot faster.
I can see that. And I also love the fact that these videos are so short. I mean, they're just short and to the point, but they're all just excellent. Everyone I've seen has just been excellent.
Yeah, that's great. So if there's anything that's not there that you guys think we need, please let us know so we can continue to add.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes, and I'm thinking even for the products, if we want to use any of those videos, we could pull those out and use those for product information as well on the different products.
Yes. You know, one of the things that I felt was really important was the product videos, because a lot of the company product videos, you know, you kind of get tired of some. We get tired of the same ones. Maybe they're new to a new person, but it's really nice to have a real business owner that's talking about the product,
Right.
As opposed to the company. I do think that it edifies everything more to have the actual distributors discussing these aspects of the business as opposed to the company and company employees. So it really does make more of an impact, and I just think it's more effective. So this is all good stuff.
Absolutely. I love the hair care one. That was really good. So great. Okay, Amy, appreciate that. If anyone has a question about the code, please feel free to type that in the chat box and we'll try to answer those here before we move on to the next topic. So this is recorded. So if you did miss some of it, you will be able to watch it later. Okay.
Hey, Julie.
Yes.
I just want to add my 2 cents on this for the rest of the team. Guys, I have spent today watching the majority of the code training. Julie and I talked about it yesterday, and I've been in touch with Carrie and Stu today, and I am literally in awe. I'm in awe. So it is probably one of my favorite things I've ever seen done in LifeVantage. And we had to learn a ton of this on our own.
And we're still learning.
We're still learning
on our own.
But I'm telling you, you guys, I'm telling you, it is all there. And it can take you to an elite status super quickly. So we spent, I don't even know how much time getting this information. I'm just in shock at how well it's done. And I think Amy's being a little modest and humble. I am so excited, Amy. I'm just so excited about what we're seeing. And I just want to encourage you all to go get it. It is not, it is any training you've ever had. Right. It doesn't go against building depth, the ones of you that are committed to building depth. It is so in tune with the DNA of LifeVantage. And on things that are very simple, very basic, and very, very well demonstrated and shown in these videos. I mean, it's unreal. I cannot say enough to you, and I'm trying to express to you with intensity the need for all of you guys to go online and see it. www.thecodetraining.com. And I even sent it to my leaders, and I just said, look, go on, don't text me until you're through all 47 videos. Don't ask questions, just go through every video, because your questions are going to be answered in one of the videos. And I mean, all the Facebook stuff that you can print out from your home computer, PDFs available to you, products. I mean, how many phone calls, and I don't know as a Pro 8, but I mean, we get a million texts and phone calls all the time. Hey, can you explain what the omega-3 does? When do I take ProBio? I mean, I just can't tell you what we filter. This is so important. This gives you access to information immediately. So everyone take it. It's free. What a blessing. It's free. And it works in conjunction with everything else. So it's not in opposition to social media training or old school network marketing. It's completely workable with everything. So I just can't say enough. I'm so grateful for the team. Mark and I are going to do a video. We were talking to Stu and Carrie today. We've got some things we're going to add to it as well. But it is just incredible. And I'm so proud to be a part that has leadership that puts something out like this. It's going to make it very doable for all of us. So there's my hoopla.
Yeah.
Incredible day of encouragement.
Oh, you're
Thank
welcome.
you, Amy.
Hey, you brought something up that's really good that we've been doing. Some of my team members are doing. When someone reaches Pro 5, they have their own team calls. That's kind of what we do, and they've been amazing. We've been duplicating that, but what they're doing is they're actually doing the code training on their team calls. So they're doing a special training.
Fantastic.
Where they watch the stuff together, and they can bring new people on, and they spend 30 minutes and they just kind of click through, a certain amount of modules, have a discussion about each one afterward, answer questions, move to the next one.
I love it.
Sort of, it's just it's the code training, team training that they're doing and working together and bringing new people. So it's actually a nice thing to do if anybody wants to do that to help. I think even people that are, really getting started, they can do it with their new teams as well and start to take a leadership position faster to be able to do their own trainings, going through the code and having, showing their leadership abilities earlier on in their journey of LifeVantage, because they can use that.
Absolutely. That is a great point. There's a question here. Somebody's saying, did you say that a prospective customer could sign in as well to see the training?
Sure, absolutely. Anyone can see it. Let's do it. Because that customer, remember, 64% of all the distributors started out as customers. So those customers, if somebody wants to go in and look at that and they're a customer, I'm thinking they're a little curious, about what we got going on. So
yeah, absolutely.
Especially the product training. A lot of times they just don't understand. We might get too scientific, and the product trainings are so well done. Really, it's a very good idea, actually.
Yeah, I'll throw in my 2 bits here as well. When you get to that point of, are you more interested in the product or the business opportunity, or a combination of the two? I think those product videos are an outstanding resource that you can just plug people into a tool, because you may have 2 hours that you can explain all of our products, but we've got a whole spectrum of the application of this technology across, skincare and weight management. So I think those are a great follow-up tool. I'll say this as well, Amy, to your point, and following up, I just want to emphasize, for a recruit or for a prospect who's ever done any kind of networking in the past, when you show them a tool that opened up for the whole LifeVantage Nation, it's not team specific. This is incredible content that could have been proprietary, certainly. Could have been monetized, absolutely. Could have been compartmentalized, everybody else outside of that team, and it wasn't. And I think above everything else that we have come to value about LifeVantage, it is that part of our culture that we're one family, truly. This is one crazy tribe. And this tool demonstrates that, I think, in black and white, that any knucklehead can appreciate if you've ever done any kind of networking or ever heard about, the ugly side or networking on MLM or network marketing, that the territorialism kind of seeps in and you're not on my team, and so I can't. This has obliterated all that, and I'm so appreciative leadership of the elites and student Carrie's team, including you, Amy, and Rachel and Tara. I just think it's you guys have knocked it out of the park, and I'm so grateful. I think we have a massive additional rocket booster on this thing. 2019 has been just a miraculous year, and I think this is the icing on the cake for me. If you can't get excited about this kind of tool, maybe you should do something else, right? I just think it's so amazing what you guys have put together. So well done.
Okay, Amy, there's another question here. Somebody is saying they went to the website and it's saying purchase successful. Please advise, purchase complete. I don't know. I didn't see anything like that.
Well, there's no cost. So if it says purchase, I thought they changed those words. I can pull it up and see if you want me to.
I actually, it is free, like Amy's saying. It did an email that says you've purchased something, but you haven't. You're
Right.
just getting access. That's all that happens. So they may be
Right.
changing it, Amy, but it does still say that. I had a few people that said that today.
Yeah.
But
Using
any credit card information or anything.
Right. No. And I think because of the software program that we used, that the people use, it's called Kajabi, and it's super easy to build something like this, it's just a really effective way to use Kajabi. But you can't change, there's certain things about Kajabi that you can't change, and one of them might be purchase. Thank you for your purchase. I don't know. But I know that others have brought that up, and I thought they were going to try to change that. But I'll bring that up again too, and see if that's something that they can, because it's a little confusing.
Okay, someone else has a question here. Is this what you share first to an interested customer, or is this a second touch?
Well, if you have a customer that you're sitting down with, and you're sitting with them and you're showing them the resources that we have in those product videos, that wouldn't be a bad thing to do, to sit with them and say, hey, here, watch the biohackandactivate.com, and you're going to go through that, and then say, oh, let me show you a little bit more if you're interested in the Omega. Let me go on to our training site, and you go on and you show them if you're sitting with them. It wouldn't be something I would necessarily send out to somebody to review whether they want to buy a product. I don't see, it's a bit too much information, it might kind of be daunting. But I definitely see when an existing customer starts asking questions, maybe about other products, or possibly maybe they're thinking they might want to do the business, but they're not ready. In that instance, I would say, well, why don't you can learn a little bit more, plug in a little bit while you're using the products. To plug in a little bit, to potentially listen to one of the, like Sunday night, Michelle and Sean Poe and Maria Williams Sunday night training when there's a doctor on for the first half, stuff like that. So I'll put customers on some trainings, but I'd be careful at just inundating them with information that makes it a little bit overwhelming. But yes, listen, follow up, absolutely. If you have somebody, again, that has expressed an interest potentially in the business in the future, you could say, if you want to learn a little bit more on your own time, you don't have to, a lot of times, I'll tell you one thing, and I think we've all experienced this. A lot of times people don't reach out to you when they have questions because they don't want to seem like they're interested, because they don't want you to get excited. So they kind of do their own research, right? So they're at home at midnight, in bed, looking up stuff. And because they can't sleep because they're kind of excited about this, but they don't want you to know. So giving people something like this is not a bad idea. And you can let them kind of say, you know, I don't want to put any pressure on you of any kind, but I can give you access to our training, and you can go learn some of these things. If you're interested in anything, you can go and take a look on your own. And of course, if you have any questions, you can give me a call, and then I'll just continue following up with you while you're using the products and make sure I can answer your questions. You know, this way you're letting them stay in charge of what they want to look at. Because we've had recently, we have a lot of new people coming into the business, and we've had a few people go on Amazon and buy product because they didn't even want their friend to know that they were excited about it, because they didn't want them to feel too excited, because they really weren't sure if they really wanted to get involved. So they went and bought it on Amazon. And then anyway, there was just a number of things that went wrong with that. It all worked out great, and she's in the business, and she just hit Pro 1 in her first month. And she didn't buy a platinum pack. She actually got a bunch of customers, which was awesome. But this is a thing that we have to realize, you guys, is people are scared. They don't necessarily want us to get excited. So this is another way to give people, hey, I know if you're going to go do your research on your own, if you want to, you can look at our training site and might answer some of your questions. Sure, why not, right?
Yes, absolutely. That sounds great. Okay, someone says, when new modules or videos are added, will we be notified in some way, or will they just be appearing on there?
You know, that's a really good question, and I do not know the answer to that. I certainly think they could be notified. It's just a question of whether they're going to be having, if it's automated, then that's probably the case. But this is not something that we're going to be monitoring, like that we don't have like an employee sitting there working all day, working on the website, that type of thing. Carrie and Stu, they have somebody that they, you know, if they have to fix things, but this isn't something where people are going to be monitoring the activity and like looking at how much time someone spent on that, or, you know what I mean?
Right.
But maybe, and that probably is a good idea. Any updated emails when stuff has been added. And I think things have changed. I know they have, because I've been involved in some of that. So I'll ask that question.
Okay, another good comment here is the video about not buying on Amazon going to be on the code training?
Great idea.
Yeah, great idea. Okay, Amy, we've covered a lot about the code, and we're just so appreciative and excited about it. And so I just would like to give you a couple minutes to share anything else that you are probably excited about right now.
Well, I'm excited about the growth that we're having in the company, for sure. I'm excited about I believe the re-engagement. If for some reason in my team, there feels like there's a lot more re-engagement. There's a lot more re-engagement because of NAD. Going back to those original customers and distributors that you have spoken with and are people that are active users, going back to people who maybe had started. We spent a lot of time in October. I think we spent a tremendous amount of time, a lot of us, and going back to existing people that maybe you've talked to before. It's a great idea to do that. But I think a lot of people found that they need to look forward, right? You can go back to your customers and add those and add, let's get people educated on Tri-Synergizer. Let's give them the science of this. But spending all this time going back to people that maybe they were trying to give them a pulse back somehow, they spent a lot of time and they realized maybe that was wasted time, but I'm not sure it was. I think it was probably a good idea to do that. So now I think October was an amazing month for the company, and I think hopefully for all of you guys too. But I think November and December, because now we kind of did that, and now we have more business coming in, and now we have more information that's out there on NAD and how it works with our other products. That's going to take a while for that to infiltrate into all of our downlines, because not everybody's active, right? Not everybody's active. Like there's lots of distributors that have signed up customers and the distributor's not even doing anything. So if we haven't accessed all those people yet, it's going to take a while to go through that. I do encourage you guys to make sure that you tell everyone to go and verify their email addresses, because we have a big problem in the company that a lot of people never verified their email address when they enrolled. Maybe you have new customers who came in, you know, when they came in, nobody helped them set up their website. They went on subscription, but they never verified their email address. So they're not getting updated emails on NAD from the company. And they're not getting any emails from you if you're sending them. And so I think something like over 60% of all the email, that's what Ryan Goodwin said at the last event. So we really need to make sure we go back and do that. That's a good exercise for all of us to do. I just believe that November and December are just going to be, it's just going to continue to grow, because we're doing those little activities that maybe you kind of fell short doing, and now going back, and the NAD has changed the whole state of this company, because it changes the outcome of the other products. So it elevates the results of Nerf 1 and Nerf 2 significantly. This is a story every single user that is using Protandim Nerf 2 needs to hear. And then they also need to hear that if they're not using Nerf 1 yet, which still many, many people are not, we can share the story and show those results. When you add NAD and Nerf 1, look what happens. I mean, this is a game changer. And I don't know if you guys have experienced it yourself, but I definitely can feel the difference in using the NAD. I'm very sensitive, so I'm only taking one NAD. I can't take two. I'm scared to. I'm just like nervous about it because I feel so good with one. And I'm not like psychosomatic about it. It's really, I really do, I'm experiencing. So, and I think a lot of people needed to experience NAD before they went out and got really, I mean, you can, yes, we know what it does, but how do we feel on it? We need to know a little bit ourselves. So I think it's going to take a couple months for everybody to kind of get really excited and tell everyone about this. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about next year. We are reopening China. And I know that many of you guys probably haven't even, and I know you have, Julie, gotten involved a little bit, tried to get a China business. But I have to tell you now, can you guys hear me okay? Now that we have the Tri-Synergizer, I've been working in the China market for over 4 years, and we're not open in China, like officially. We do have a customer program there right now. It hasn't worked as smoothly as we were hoping that it would, but it's starting to work more smoothly now. And for a number of reasons, credit cards, just stuff like that, problems. But now we're doing a soft launch in January of a new China program. And we still won't be enrolling distributors, but we will be enrolling people that are called VIPs and social marketers. So there is a very interesting compensation plan that we all want to participate in. I promise you're going to want to participate in this compensation plan, because all the volume from China is going to roll up into your business. You're still going to be able to make royalty commissions on it. It's a little bit different payout. Now I can't get into that tonight, but it's really, it pays the right behaviors in China, and it's going to grow really, really fast. So to start to make your connections, I'll be going back over there in February and starting to work again in Shanghai and in Beijing, because what I know for sure is this thing's going to take off like a rocket because of the Tri-Synergizer, not just Protandim, which is what we had. It's kind of what everybody wanted over there. Protandim Nerf 2, Nerf 1, and the NAD together, that triples our volume immediately. Understand, these people don't care about how much it costs. They spend money on stuff like this. So I really encourage you guys to reach out to anyone that in your network, and find out who knows people that are in the United States that are Chinese, that have friends and family over in China. This is very important to do that for the whole company. It's important for us to get our responsibility to get this company to $1 billion. That is going to have a lot to do with how successful we are in China. And so that statement right there should give you goosebumps, because we want to get this company to $1 billion, and you want to be a part of that. And it doesn't take that many people, as you know, to get 1 or 2 good leaders that see the vision of this. And somebody else could get to those people before you do. So I do have a suggestion. going to a Chinese restaurant, is that the best approach? Talking to people in Chinese restaurants, probably not. They are very busy and they run their businesses 7 days a week. They might know people, but there's all kinds of acupuncturists. There's Chinese foot massage. There's, think of like anywhere where there's, Chinese grocery, the medical field. There's tons of people all around that are doing some kind of Chinese medicine, whatever. Go look it up. Go on Google, look in your town and go, who's, acupuncturist. There's probably going to be 20 Chinese people in there. Those are people that you want to go and talk to. Give them a call and say, I've got something you need to see. And it's a business that's launching in China. And, in this little town that we live in, no one knows about this yet. Can I come by and, buy you an egg roll and, tell you about something that you should know about? So that's what I recommend doing, as opposed to the Chinese restaurant strategy, which is what everybody else was doing. And it wasn't working very well.
That's great, Amy. Great advice.
So that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about New Zealand. I'm excited about, all of the progress that we're all making and that we're all still growing up as business owners together. And we're still excited about developing this company. And now we have the code training and we're ready. So now it's time to get to work, everybody. And that's where I'm my goal right now is I have for the next, for the next 30 days, we're kind of doing 30-day increments, but I'm calling it 5 by 5, 5 exposures every day. Get this information to 5 people. It doesn't have to be a full-fledged exposure, but make a connection where somebody responds. They go, yes, I'd like to learn about that. And then set up a time. That's an exposure, like just to contact 5 new people every single day and do that 5 days a week. So I can take 2 days where I don't have to do it. But I made myself a list of those 5 things that I want to do. And I'm going to tell you guys everything that it is right now because it's really good. And where am I? Let's see. All right. Now I can't find it. But basically I'm doing 5 follow-ups, okay, a day, because we have a lot of people to follow up with. We've sent little NAD samples. Maybe you sent some information, and a follow-up can simply be a text or Facebook message. Hey, I'd love to give you more information. Just following up with the people that you sent information to. Just doing this for the next 30 days and just being consistent with it every single day and just check it off your bucket list. Don't worry about how good you're doing it or any of that. Just get this in, and add 5 people to your database every day. So get 5 new names you're going to add to your database. And it just makes it so easy. So I have my cards that I have here from just from the last couple days where I have business cards of people. This was a taxi driver. This is a doTERRA person who gave me their card. I got this guy from Holland who drove me to the airport. Okay. We're open in Holland. I got this limousine guy. I went to a wedding, okay, last weekend. I got the American Airlines lounge lady that runs the lounge when I travel. So I'm just like doing a restaurant I went to and I connected with the bartender. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm just getting back to business again. And so come on, you guys, let's do it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. So go over that again. You're doing 5 new exposures and setting up a time to share with them.
Yes.
You're doing it 5 days a week. You're doing 5 follow-ups a day. You're adding 5 new people to your database list.
That's right. That's it. That's it.
Okay. Awesome. Let's see here. It's getting late, but I want to make sure we've answered these questions. They're wanting to know if you have an exact date for the soft launch in China.
Do not have an exact date. But what we do have an exact date for is that there is a meeting in Rockville, Maryland on November 22nd, which is a Friday night. We're doing a meeting, and Dave Fleming and Sonia Song are coming into Washington.
Wow.
And we're doing a Chinese pre-launch event. And we're putting an invitation together for it. It kind of came up in the last week or so that we've committed to this. So we will be promoting that. And if you guys have people, we'll certainly support them, and you're welcome to come. So,
okay. Is there any way that could be extended to like a Zoom presentation as well?
I'm not sure. That's a really, really good idea. So
Okay.
I know we can do it because I do it
Okay.
all the time.
And then one last question here, Amy, is there Chinese material in the Chinese language?
There is, and there is Chinese material in the back office under all the resources in the library, but there's not anything that's new for the new plan. So just give us a little bit of time and you'll have that probably within, I would say 30 days, we'll be able to. And Julie, if you just want to keep in touch with me, I'll let you know
Okay.
when that's
good.
available. And I'll find out about whether we can do that on a Zoom for that event. It's a great idea. We could live stream that. It's a really good idea.
All right. Well, Amy, thank you so much. What a wealth of information you've been tonight. We are so excited about these things that you shared, and just want to thank you for taking the time out to be with us tonight. So
My pleasure.
Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
everybody. Okay.
Okay, and I want to
I'll see you
thank
guys.
everyone for joining us tonight. Just appreciate each and every one of you, and I just hope that you have a blessed week, and we love you all. So that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.